Hello, welcome to the Right Show.
Karibu sana, and you know ya kwamba kama ni saa tu, alafu imeshafika hiyo masaa ya 5:30 pale inaelekea hapo, you know uko na appointment na the Right Show. Wewe ndio the right audience.
With the right host.
Kabisa.
On the right channel.
Kabisa.
With the right people.
With the right content for you today.
Tailor-made for you. And remember, you can talk to us on 0721 105 105 22545 and also on our MBCI TV Facebook page, and we'll be glad to listen from you. It's been a long week. A lot has been happening, and you're just there at home and you're like, hey, I really need to be uplifted. Usitoke hapo.
Kabisa.
Continue tuning in and get uplifted today.
Kabisa, and as you can see today,
yes,
it's me and Lady Nell. The beautiful
Lady Nell, no.
Watch out, I recount those words. The beautiful Lady
You
Nell,
know why you're doing
Mademoiselle.
this. You know why you're doing this.
Now,
David King, wherever you are.
Yes.
Please listen to what I said. Thank you.
No,
how are you? How has your week been?
My week has been awesome. I have kazi unajua tu kazi saa zingine iko na ups and downs, but I really enjoyed being around Nakuru this week. Mimi sijatoka Nakuru.
So you want to say last week, where did you go to?
Of course, you know me. Traveling is my thing.
Do I know you? That's a very good question.
How was your week?
My week has been good. See, it was this week that we ate your cake.
Yes,
it was the other week.
It was the other week.
Oh.
This week was...
Why didn't I mention it?
It's because it was hidden. It was chini ya maji.
And it was hidden.
It was chini ya maji.
People.
No, it was chini ya maji, by the way. The sponsors walisema tusiseme.
But the sponsors were amazing. We loved the cake.
Asante sana. Na hatuwezi anza so bila maombi.
Yes.
Kabisa, so si twende pale mbele ya Baba turudishe shukrani.
Amen.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we come before you this beautiful Saturday evening. Thank you because of the week that has been. Thank you, King of Glory, because ya hii kipindi ya The Right. So my Father Lord, tunaitisha content ambayo tutasema hapa Bwana, iwe ni ile Bwana umeweka ndani ya mioyo yetu ambayo unatamani watu wako wasikilize, my Father and my God. Tunaombea hata mtazamaji popote alipo Bwana, ya kwamba in his heart, my God, you shall put the conviction of doing the right thing. My God, we bless you and worship your name, and it is in Jesus' mighty name we do pray and believe.
Amen. Now, Mikey, I had a very eventful week. A very eventful week. I have been up and down, up and down, up and down. Very many shoots, but at the same time, it has been very rewarding. Now,
yes,
it has been a very, let's say, eventful, and at the same time, it has been a lot of learning and experiences. But now, there's one thing that happened.
Yes.
I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was like, she's still bitter in her heart. So she had a friend, and the friend was very nice. They were very close. It's like now you and Faye. You know, past work, it's more of friendship.
Kabisa.
You've already built that rapport.
Yes.
If there's something wrong, you'll just call Faye and tell her, there's something that's happening.
Even hata nikilia.
Ona. Because tayari, outside work, you're friends.
Very true.
Because here, before we come and sit, we have to be friends.
Kabisa.
Or else, when we come here to speak, you're speaking on the other end, I am speaking on this other end. Exactly. So since they were very good friends and they have worked together, the friend did something that was very terrible. So there was a lot of gossip in the office, and the one who she thought was the friend was the one who was taking word from one person to another.
Yeye ndio ilikuwa sambasa.
Imagine. And because she's the close friend to her, whatever they say is whatever is true. Because this one knows this lady inside, outside.
Anamwagia, anamwambia ilifanyika hivi.
Yes.
Na yeye sasa chini niwaambie.
Exactly.
Now this is the new turn of events.
I had told you this had happened, but now things have changed.
Yes.
So there was that scenario. That lady was like, now I'm so much full of bitter because I can't understand the person who I have trust, and I even helped her to get this job.
Kabisa.
But at the same time, she's the same person who backbeat me, did the gossiping, and I almost lost my job. If she wouldn't have found out earlier, job ingenda hivyo. Imagine. So she's having a lot of unforgiveness because she's like, even if I forgive her, what tells me that next time she won't do the same thing.
Hiyo unabeba mpaka na grudge yote pamoja.
Everything.
Hiyo ni ile unaambianga mtu ni vile hatuko shule. Otherwise nimekuwekea wanted. Siku ya kufunga shule. Tunapatana nyuma ya tena.
Immediately.
Yes.
So she's full of grudge, full of bitterness, full of unforgiveness, because she's like, now how can I help such a person? Even if she comes to me with a problem, tayari, she's already broken the trust.
And by the way, tulikuja hapa bila topic. Sasa tumesapata topic. Wacha tuongelele hiyo mambo ya unforgiveness na bitterness, because wacha nikwambie hiyo kitu, I don't know kama nimeshawahi kuambia, imeshawahi nikula. It has eaten my...
Odiero did this.
No, it's not. I'm still looking for the Odiero.
Yes.
Because the other one, rangi kama yangu, it did the same.
No, let's just say, we need to pray. Are you praying for that Odiero?
I am praying for the Odiero.
So far, are you seeing to hints? Is an Odiero passing you? And apart from me, please, I am outside that bracket. Yes, I am outside that bracket.
Wacha kujitoa na leo usiku Roho Mtakatifu akikunenea.
I will go and ask Holy Spirit.
Yes.
Where did I go wrong? But anyway, the day you will find this Odiero,
yes,
please call me.
Sambamba. So pale kwa unforgiveness.
Yes.
Do you know, wacha nikwambie kitu moja nimenotice, ya kwamba a lot, vitu mingi sana zinatufanyikia, and sometimes ni mara wale ambao wako karibu sana na sisi.
Very, very close.
They are the people ambayo they can break our hearts.
Yes.
Up to your point unasema, I will not forgive this person.
Yes.
Mimi nimeshawahi kanyagwa na rafiki yangu mwingine.
That's true.
Kwa laini ya kasi tu hivi. Nikasema mimi hata nikikufa nikienda mbinguni nipatane na huyo rafiki yangu. Yes. I will know that is not heaven. I will ask them, please take me another place.
But what if it's a sign that person decided to change, and because you said, me forgive that person can never happen. And that is how it happened. So you're the one who is carrying the sin.
No, ilikuwa, unajua, I am telling you mambo ya, hiyo time I am thinking, ulikuwa bado uko college. Ni kitambo.
So it's a while back.
It's a while back.
Okay.
Saisi nimetoka hapo, is even my friend.
You've even transformed, and you're transforming the life of that friend.
Hata sijasema kwa kamera, lakini last week nimembaia pizza.
Yeah, he has said it. Clearly, you have had it for yourself. Now, my key.
Yes.
Prof. Today you haven't said Professor Makimeke.
By the way, hatujafanya introduction. You introduce the beautiful.
You didn't finish. Ebu start. You were giving us. Come from the top.
We are doing this show with the beautiful, the most amazing, the ever wonderful Lady Nell.
I am getting, every day I get a new title. Usually...
Sasa na mimi shulifanyia introduction, man.
Welcome to the show, Mike Mushodi. Okay, let me take it from the top. Let me be nice.
Please.
Are you ready? And on to my left, we have the amazing, the multi-talented, the smiling machine, Professor Mikey, the one and only man with the double nomenclature.
The most beautiful man of Africa. You can also call me faithfully the brother. Now, hapo kwa bitterness is what we will be talking about today. Yes. Because truth be told, kuna hiyo mahali inafikanga, and you feel like you want to lose this family member.
True.
Unasema kama this is the way friendships ziko, mimi sitaki friendship.
True. Because we've even seen on social media, there was this day I was just going through Instagram, and I saw this post of a lady saying, if I had the chance, I would start over by choosing my family again. Choose a new cousin, choose a new uncle, choose a new brother, a new sister. And that one, you can take it very lightly.
Yes.
You can be like, maybe
that's a joke.
It's just a joke, or there's just a family issue.
Yes.
But there's more to that. Because at the end of the day, it shows that person has been either amekwazwa na hao watu, or maybe there's something that happened that really pissed her off.
Na kuna point uliniambia when I told you what had happened that I should pray.
Yes.
Na mimi, the truth of the matter is that wakati you are bitter.
Yeah.
Do you know unaendanga mbele ya Mungu, unashindwa hata ukiomba ni makasiriko tu because unaombea huyu mtu the wrong things. Mungu usiue nani, hiyo siku ingine ulisema uliwe jana, hiyo siku ingine unampata na gari na ulisema jana uliwe.
That is where the pressure begins and you're like, God, I did not say bless with a car.
Yes.
I said terminate. Extrapolate. But anyway, what was extrapolating?
Na sasa wacha nijue tu what are causes za hiyo unforgiveness na hiyo grudge na hiyo bitterness.
Now it starts like this. It's actually, it comes in stages. First, a person will be okay, but once you just do something wrong and you do it repeatedly, and they're like, now this one is taking me for granted, that is where the bitterness starts from.
So inaanzanga na the other party kufanya something repeatedly.
So that person
like is lying repeatedly.
You want to go to lying. By the way, today I was talking about lying and the importance of saying the truth. I will your topic tutaifanya next week. With you included. But next week, guys, next week I have a very, 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 very important announcement. We'll be in Limuru. Yes.
Sambamba.
With Mr. T, guys.
Sambamba.
With Mr. T.
I hope niko kwa hiyo mbogi na safiri. Kama gari itatosha.
Let us talk about unforgiveness, bitterness, and anger.
Kabisa.
So it starts by that. It just starts, these small things. You see, when people talk about grudges, anger, forgiveness, and forgiveness, it just starts by something small that builds inside. You see, when you're lighting a jiko, how does it start?
Kibrit tu chwa.
Bas.
Alafu unawasha kamtika moja.
There we go.
Alafu kamtika moja unaweka chini ya mti singine. Mti singine sinawasha makaa.
Yes.
Makaa inawaka, inaanza kuchemusha jiko. Ala hapo ndio sasa unforgiveness tumesafika.
Yes. So it starts by just a spark. It doesn't mean that people don't get offended by very big things. We're offended by either big things or small things. Or you yourself, you can have a grudge with yourself.
Very true.
And you have so much bitterness harboring inside you. And the moment you sit with people, people are like, this is such a negative person.
Very true.
I can't even stand them. And some of the causes of being bitter, being unforgiveness, and having that anger is by people lying to you.
Very true.
It just starts by lying.
Na, sasa pale kwa family, because Ulisa mentioned family, I have seen another source ya watu kukua bitter kwa family. For example, if you are my sister and me I am your brother.
Yes.
Alafu kidogo pale kwa primary school, kwa secondary school nimekutandika kwa mtihani. Alafu after high school, after shule, sasa ni wewe kusema wewe ndio anti wa haria wa nyumbani.
Until when people know that so and so is coming, that's a big celebration.
Yes.
And you, when you go, it's kawaida.
Chukua kifungua hapo nyuma ya ng'ombe, uende ujifungulie.
Imagine.
Na ule akikuja, chukua hiyo bag yake. Room yake wamefagia. Hiyo kitanda imetandikwa bedsheet mpya.
Is he coming with guests? Is she coming with guests?
Yes.
But you, when you go, if you came with guests, hey, we don't have space in this house.
Utashughulikia wageni wako, mutalala kwa hiyo room yako.
Bas.
Kuna ile mattress iko chini ya mattress yako.
Just separate it and put it aside.
Sasa wewe ujifunike na leso, wajifunike na
Masai shuka. Then you're like, it starts by that. And also, you see, when growing up, you can have a bitterness within your children.
Very true.
For example, if you got your children and you didn't plan for them, because it happened.
Very true.
Yes. Something happened a while before you got pregnant. Now, after the baby is born, that is when it becomes a problem. There was this lady who was telling us, when the friend was pregnant, she was not happy with the pregnancy. So what she would do, she would be very negative. So the baby is growing and you're speaking negative. And the child is able to listen. Because at that age, parents are told, start talking to the child as soon as possible.
Yes.
So that happened. The child at 4 years, the child is very sick. The child is bitter. Cases a lot in school. Because of what? Because of that.
Kabisa. Ile tu yenye mtoto ana pick bitterness from your words.
Thank you.
Hata saa zingine is just the attitude ile unaongea na yao.
Yes.
So mtoto anapo grow, that thing is inside them. Unajulisanga jamaneni, kwani hii mtoto kisirani inatoka wapi?
Yes.
Kumbe ni ile you spoke bitterness into that child.
And that is how it sticks inside, because now the child is like, my parent does not care.
Yes.
My parents don't love me. It starts by just the small words, the way you pick on. Usually children say, my parents are picking up on me. Is it picking up? My parents are picking on me. And that is how it starts.
Kabisa?
Yes.
Na mimi ile kitu yenye nimeona kwa hiyo point yako, because that point, I think iko na quadruplets. Is heavily pregnant.
It's heavily pregnant.
Haiwezi hata sijisimamisha.
Yes.
Because let me tell you, when children are growing up, kuna hiyo transfer of words.
Oh, yes.
Huyu mtoto is bitter. Huyu mtoto mwingine is not bitter. But because this one is harboring bitterness, akitupia ule, this one picks bitterness.
That is how it starts.
Kabisa. And unapata a family that ilikuwa na one bitter person. Everybody is bitter. A class yenye ilikuwa na one bitter person. Ama lecturer ndio alikuwa bitter.
There.
The whole class is bitter because words are spirit.
True.
Na wakati unaongelesha mtu maneno, hizo maneno, the ears ni receptors ya kuchukua those spirits.
They absorb as soon as possible and they just take it in.
Na zinaanza kugrow. Zinaanza kugrow. Wewe unajulisanga jamaneni, mtoto yangu mbona inaongeanga na makasiriko?
What happened? Even the language that your child uses, and you're like, who is this child for? And it is your word.
Mpaka huko kwetu manya thing, mama ndiye anauliza manya thinga. Huyu ni mtoto ya nani?
I did direct translation clearly. Because it's something that is happening, and within the society we can see it. It doesn't even start from 18, 20, 30.
Yes.
No, it starts by that small child. When they do a small mistake, do you correct them with love, or do you correct them, wewe toka hapa?
Unafanana na sijui nani wewe, sijui kwenda huko,
unaongelea
matusi.
Exactly.
Start becoming bitter.
The bitterness begins, and they have a grudge.
Kabisa.
So another thing that can make someone very bitter is because of past experiences.
Very true.
Past experiences. For example, they failed in their KCSE, failed in their KCPE. There is where the trouble begins.
Ama pengine hata alienda kwa shule kule kwa university. Mtu amekaa university 7, 8, 9 years.
They are still in university.
Alafu atoke pale nje aja graduate. Akiona mtu amevaa gown anaona ni kama huyo jamaa amevaa gown yake.
Imagine. And they're so bitter because they're like, that should have been me.
Yes. Now that is the voice inside. Lakini yeye yenye anatoa nje, unaringia nani? Unafikiria sisi hatukusoma.
Imagine. And that person is very bitter, and you can tell from the words, the expressions they use, even how they walk.
Yes. Or even how they treat a particular person. Unajua, sio maneno peke yake.
True.
Na ninaweza kukuja hapa na kama hiyo cake yenye umesema, sababu sasa watu ya nini wameshajua. Ma sponsors walisema, lakini nikuja hapa na cake.
Yes.
2 kilos. Ninakula tu na tunaongea. Ninakula tu
alone.
Utajua niko bitter.
Very bitter. Because the first thing,
yes,
it shows you're very glutinous.
Yes.
You have taken a whole piece of cake.
Yes. For one person.
Eating alone.
Na tuko wengi. No, you don't share. That one just shows this person mwenye ako na tabia kama hiyo, kuna kitu anahaba.
Yes.
Inataka kuonyesha watu wenye wako nayo, you guys, you don't know me.
True.
Amnijui.
Yes.
And another source of bitterness which I have come across in this life, by the way. Wakati especially pale kwa kanisa. Kwa kanisa kuna kuanga na bitterness. Rafiki yako tu mumekuwa tu pale kwenye nyinyi ni members.
You have been on the same level.
Alafu yeye sasa ikasemekana Nell sasa ndio youth chair lady. Youth chair lady.
Where are you going?
Huyo msichana mwenye dhambi.
How? I will not speak about that, but continue.
No, it was an example.
Oh, thank you for clarifying
by the way, Nell si mwenye dhambi. Wacheni ni clarify vizuri.
Sisi wote ni mwenye dhambi.
Oh, okay. Nell is one of the most well-behaved persons I have ever. Well-nurtured, well-cultured.
There is something that he wants from this talk. Tell me, what are you saying?
Kuna hiyo wakati one person you have been on the same level.
Yes.
Alafu kidogo
uplifting tu.
Kidogo tu. Sasa unaanza, it will express itself as bitterness. But the truth is wewe inakuja kama competition, lakini as you express yourself,
yes,
inakuja kama bitterness. Kidogo amepita hivyo. Huyo cheerleader wa dhambi.
The mouth is almost falling down.
Huyo cheerleader mwenye apendi watu. Huyo cheerleader mwenye anafai asintu mtu tu anaaba because wewe umesha kidogo, hata sicho iko na hata pesa kwa sababu kwa kanisa hakuna pesa.
But now there's a lot of bitterness, a lot of anger, because they're like, why not me? We have been on the same level, and how comes they chose? Especially they start looking. How many times do they come for church?
Hata Sunday akukua.
Church meetings.
Akujangi.
Home fellowship.
Akujangi. Kesa. Akujangi.
And me faithfully.
Baka aumbangi. Alafu yeye ndio wanamweka. Hiyo hata sasa anaanza kukasi mpaka the youth. Youth imeshaisha.
Mimi hata and I told you, don't say I didn't warn you.
Si mimi nimeshawaambia. Mimi hata nitaolewa next week ni wachane na hiyo youth.
I am about even to fly out. My visa is loading.
Unaanza kutangazia watu vitu zenye ufai.
Exactly. And it starts like that.
Yes.
And the anger becomes into a grudge.
Very true.
And once it becomes a grudge, it can be seen. You cannot hide a grudge until we have a grudge. Here, it will be seen and people will be like, what's happening?
Mbona kwa nini? And wacha nikwambie, that kind of a grudge is very, very dangerous. Yes. Especially hiyo ya cheo, because unless huyu mtu mwingine mwenye alikuwa na bitterness, umuinue cheo zaidi ya huyu. This one. Hiyo tu wacha tu tukwambie ukweli. Ile ni ile tunakuambianga, go and pray for your heart.
Yes, please.
Ambia Mungu expand roho chako. Kama ni rafiki yako pale ameinuliwa na unasikia kiwaru. In fact, bless them, pray for them.
Immediately.
Kabisa.
Don't be the one to put them down.
Usiwe ule wa kwenda huko nyuma, ati alifanya nini? Hiyo lazima watu wajue. Ati alionekana na nani? Hiyo sasa tunaweka kwa Facebook.
You're the broadcaster of the information. You even have a WhatsApp group that shows so and so has done this today.
Ati alikuwa amevaa
photo. There's even proof to show.
Kuna mpaka picha.
To show that clearly this person did this and this, and it's not well.
Very true.
And another cause of people to be angry with each other is when two people lack communication.
Very true.
There's a lot of misunderstanding that comes when one does not communicate, because when you communicate, we'll be able to understand each other. But the results of miscommunication, there is where alikuwa anataka kunionyesha madharau. It starts by small things like that.
Yes, miscommunication. Kidogo umeanza kuwekele. They did not communicate.
They did not.
Sasa hiyo inaanza to build up.
Yes.
Aku communicate last week. But one.
Yes.
Last week but two.
For the last 4 weeks, he has not communicated.
Yes.
He's just coming the way he wants to come.
Yes.
And it's very, very wrong.
Sasa unaanza na huyu mwenye, sasa makosa ni huyu mwenye communicate.
Yes.
Anaanza kufanya hawa wengine, ama huyu mwingine anaanza kukua bitter.
Very, very bitter and very, very angry.
Kabisa.
And that is when they're like, this person might be just taking us for granted.
Very true.
And it starts as slowly as that, just miscommunication. And you can find it's such a small and petty thing, but because of that, someone is like, this one even doesn't even value.
Ni madharau ananionyesha. Hii ni madharau.
Yes. And that is how anger, bitterness, grudges start. By just those small things.
Yes.
You know, when you come here with a topic, people think that it's the major things. But no, it's the little things that happen every single day. Kidogo, you'll meet with someone on the street. Maji mwagikie tu kidogo. Hey! And they are going for an interview.
Yes.
There is where they're like, I wasn't even supposed to go for this interview. You know, they start bringing themselves down. Then themselves.
Ama pale, for example, you are driving.
Yes.
Na kitu kama hiyo ilikuwa imefanyika. Mtu akavuka tu mbele yako na mna hii.
Yes.
Jamaneni unasema that one wanted to kill me.
I
am not going for that interview again.
Yes.
But sasa hiyo kama hiyo ya miscommunication, I think the solution ni you call this person who is not communicating. You understand what the problem could be. Probably tu ni kitu kidogo kama
And that is why we are saying it is very, no. The world has made, you see, now that is making excuses. And when one makes excuses, then what happens from that? It builds up from being an angry point to now being a grudge. Because they're like, this one is making excuses every single day.
Sasa sindio
nasema, it goes to unforgiveness.
Mukisa muita pale. Then as you are talking, you could even understand what the issue is. Kwa nini huyu mtu hapendi kucommunicate? Kwa nini huyu mtu to take for granted?
So that means that this other party has to come down, the one who is angry. Okay.
Hiyo wacha tu nikwambie.
Tell me.
Hiyo kitu ya kukuja chini, by the way, na kuanga ngumu. Ati mimi nimekuja nikakukosea.
That is what I wanted you to bring it out.
Mtu amekukosea alafu unaenda kumwambia pole.
You tell them. That is when you add the makasiriko times 10. Because they are like, hey, I am already angry. Here they are again trying to communicate and explaining things that are not even there.
Vitu hatazieleweki.
One moment, I don't know they went where. The other moment, they... Honestly.
And talking about going somewhere. Wacha tuende madukani. Tunarudi, usibonyeshe hicho kidude. We are talking about bitterness. We shall be back. Usikue bitter.
No.
Tunarudi shortly.
In a few we'll be back.
MBCI Television, transforming lives.
Hivi nini unaniambia Baba Junior? Do you know how much I have suffered? The other time I got things in your vehicle.
Sasa mzee mje venye alifanya, ajaribu kumuguza hivi. Alishikilia glasi vya kamgonga kichwa.
Patrick?
Yes.
Unatoka wapi?
Where were you?
Huu mmea ni ule unaita togotia.
Inaitwa Corona botanica. That is the botanical name. Wacha tuende moose.
Wasubiri.
Wakati utafika. Tuonane ana kwa ana.
Do you desire to walk in absolute freedom? Pursue your divine destiny and soar to new levels? Reading is a defense against ignorance. Empower yourself today. Grab yourself a copy from this wealth of tried wisdom, benefits of fasting, nuggets of destiny, dealing with foundations and altars, spiritual capital for your destiny, provoked to greatness, becoming a spiritual builder, the beauty of a transformed life, the power of acceptable sacrifice, weight over matter, spiritual diagnosis, pillars of walking with God. Grab yourself a copy from the following bookshops: Kingdom Seekers Fellowship Church, Nakuru; Heaven's Gate Prayer Mountain in Element Height, Nakuru; Keswick Bookshop, Bruce House, Counter Street, Nairobi; Keswick Bookshop, Sarit Center, Westlands; Keswick Bookshop, Prestige Plaza, Ngong Road; Keswick Bookshop, Kilimani, Kinderuma Road; Keswick Bookshop, Mombasa and Kuruma Road; Keswick Bookshop, Vic Makakade, Kenyatta Lane, Nakuru; Ereto Bookshop, Kenyatta Lane, Nakuru Town; and Geshimo Pinnacle Stores, Kemathi Street in Nyeri. These books by Apostle John Kimani William will transform your mind and renew your spirit. For inquiries of this and more, call us on 0722 344 360, 0722 344 360. Empower yourself today.
Wale wengine wote ambao labda wameweza kuonyesha azma yao ya kuweza labda vile vile kuwania wadhifa huu wa urais, ni kumaanisha kwamba nafasi zao hazipo.
Sasa tangu siku hizo tunahusisha uongozi na siasa zetu na wale ambao wana majina mazito.
Kuna wengi sana ambao labda wangetaka kuweza kuonekana kukiwa na mabadiliko. Itakuwa vipi bado?
Wao pia.
No.
hata mimi ningependa mabadiliko.
Kwa hivyo tatizo liko wapi?
Maana mambo ambayo yanaweza kubadilisha Kenya hawayaguzi. Wanaguzia hapa kurukaruka tu, kutapatapa. Unaona?
MBCI Television, transforming lives.
Kahugu, wherever you're listening or watching from, you are a darling.
Wakiwa na Pastor Miriam.
Pastor Miriam.
Tunawapenda sana by the way. Nyinyi ni watu ya nguvu sana.
Rachel, Kahugu. We will meet on Monday. Join her on Rausho Show.
On every Monday to Friday.
From 7:35 a.m. till
mpaka pale saa 4 pale.
Yes.
Alafu inakuwa sambamba. Na tunapenda sana by the way kuzungumza na wewe. Kumbuka hapa ni ndani ya The Right Show.
The Right Show.
Unazungumza na sisi pale ndani ya MBCI TV Facebook page 22545.
Or you can talk to us on 0721105105 and we'll be glad to listen to you. And a lot of topics around bitterness. And people have a lot of bitterness they're harboring.
Kabisa.
And others don't know that they are bitter.
You can tell us your story. Kama umeshawahi kuwa bitter, you can tell us your
How
story.
How did you overcome?
Kabisa. And even if you know, unajua siku hizi watu, I know of a friend.
Yes.
That is always, I know of a friend. If you know of a friend, tell us their story. We will be happy to share that story, by the way.
Because from listening to that story, you can be able to help the next person.
Kabisa.
So that situations, they almost look alike. They are not the same, but almost looking alike.
Yes.
So by giving us your story, by giving us what you went through and how you overcame, it's a way of helping other people who are going through such situations to get help.
Kabisa.
Because this is The Right Show. We look for the right
things to talk
treatment,
about.
The right treatment.
Dawa, yeah. The right yath.
The right yath.
Kabisa. Na you are the right person, by the way, to be hearing this. This is right. Sasa hapo kwa bitterness.
Yes.
Kabla ya bitterness, tuko na kitu kule kwenye mitandao.
Is what I wanted to check. I'm seeing a little bit of feedback. And
kwa sababu wacha nikwambie, hatutaki mtu atoke hapa na bitterness. Nilituma SMS yangu, you guys did not read it. I am bitter. Unajua hizo ni vitu zinaweza fanya mtu akue bitter.
That it starts by small things like that. It's not even something big.
Mulituambia tutume message kwa nini kama hamtaki kuzisoma.
Imagine.
So tunapenda sana ku hear from you vile tumewaambia.
Thank you. I have this one. She's called Kamie. She's saying, I'm really enjoying the show, especially on bitterness. Yes, that is her story. So we'll be looking at it just in a few.
Sambamba. Sasa pale kwa bitterness, another thing ambayo inafanyanga watu waishi na bitterness, na grudge, na unforgiveness.
Yes.
Ninapenda sana hii because unajua mimi na relationship. Kuna mtu aliniambia when I get married I might be a love doctor, ndio ninapitia hii mambo yote. Yes, kuna this thing kwa relationship. Mtu amesha kupromise ya kwamba tutaoana. Halafu hiyo siku nyingine pale kwa kanisa unasikia tunatangaza wale ambao watafanya harusi. The next week tuko na harusi ya Professor na One Odiero. Na walikuwa wamekupromise. Unaanza kushikwa na anga. Anger turns to bitterness. Bitterness, grudge, unforgiveness. Kidogo unakutana huyo mtu. Unatamani.
Why are you talking to me? Why do you need my help? You promised me and right now. And now, the problem with that is that the lady or the man who has gone through that, they will always take it into consideration and say, all men are the same.
Yes.
And that is what we are suffering in this generation.
Wadada yote.
The same. There is nothing there is no difference.
Yes.
They are one of a kind.
Nilikuwa nasoma story nyingine this week ya jamaa ilipeleka mahari. Akapeleka mpaka ng'ombe 17.
Yes.
Na mbuzi 22.
Ng'ombe 17. Mbuzi
22.
So in total 39
39, yes, 39 ahead of 39.
Yes.
Alafu kidogo baba ya huyu msichana na mama ya huyu msichana wakapatiana msichana kwa kwingineko.
And already they had started making plans.
Si ndio, unaweza kuleta ng'ombe kwenyu kama hakuna anything.
Hey, that is complete bitterness and betrayal.
Mkiona ng'ombe hapo mnaweza sema ati professor alituletea gift ya ng'ombe.
Now for such a lady,
yes,
if she does that, isn't she hurting her destiny?
Sasa huyu jamaa sasa anabaki na bitterness towards the other gender. Anasema all, not even the gender peke yake. Anasema mpaka all in-laws.
Everyone, they don't wish you well.
Is a thief.
And it starts like that. Na hiyo ni betrayal too. That one that happens. Hizi zingine, you can find betrayal in the family.
Kabisa.
Betrayal among friends.
Na saa zingine hata ifikangi huko. Hapa tu kwa relationship.
Hapa tu.
Watu tu wako huku chini mipango. Alafu unasikia sijui nani alionekana kitoka kwa nani asubuhi.
Hey. And others, some betrayals are brought about by just gossip. Some things are not even true.
Yes.
But because they know they will hurt you if they bring it as gossip. That is the moment. By the way, nowadays, I usually see so and so with so and so. And you on the other side, you have never seen them. But since you're feeling it's more of betrayal, you start to have resentment against such a person.
Na sasa kama hizo kwanza zinaanzaga na, unajua inafaa tuombe prof.
It starts by a prayer item.
Ni prayer item sasa.
Yes.
Unajua siku hizi anatembea na wasichana wengi sana.
A lot of ladies.
Unajua siku hizi nilimuona na nani juzi wengine nikamwona nani ongea kitu ya ukweli pale.
Then have you seen one of the ladies has a ring on the finger? It starts by that, especially do that exclamation again.
Mayo, umeona iko mpaka na imeshavalishwa pete. Those ones wanaenda kufanya harusi.
Imagine.
Na anakuambia hivyo na anajua wewe.
They have an intention of telling you. They're not just telling you for the sake of just telling you.
Usikilize. Wanakuambia ndio sasa uanze bitterness against this person. Now when you are harboring bitterness in your life, there are places there are things you cannot do.
A lot of things. For example, that one that we've said. You cannot even enter into the next relationship.
Hawezi hata ita mdada mwingine mkakunywe kahawa.
That's true. You can't even apply that job.
Relationship is a high level. Ati ninunulie nail chips tu.
Me.
Na Abis alikulanga ng'ombe yetu na hajawahi leta. Alafu her sister nimnunulie chips.
Can never happen.
Na hata huyo nail ajui this.
They're not even connected. You can even find they are from very different worlds, different continents, but now because of that one experience, even in workplaces, that is when you see someone saying, mimi na marafiki tulifanya nini? Can never happen because of one betrayal.
In the job places.
Imagine now you lose networks. And we've been talking about network a lot on Meet the HR show.
Nasikianga pale ukiangusa your network is your network.
Every single time.
Mpaka siku hizi manze nikitembea hivi, that is the thing that is always ringing in my mind.
That's very true.
Can I network with this person? What is their network?
Yes. And there was a lady who was telling us you can have very many numbers on your phone. But because of betrayal, you're always thinking, what if I decide to seal a deal with this person? What will happen next?
Shetaniruka kama ule mwingine.
Exactly.
So you end up not trusting anybody.
That's true.
Because of one event.
And I like the part of trust.
Probably happened even Moi akiwa uongozini.
And I like the part of trust. A lot of bitterness, anger, and unforgiveness. It makes you lose a lot of trust with people. You can never trust people. You'll be like, this one might misbehave like the other one misbehaved.
Yes.
And even not apply for that job, because every single time you're like, now, all employers and employees, they won't even read this CV. Yes.
Si wanatakanga, this is for formality. Hata wako na watu wanataka kuandika, hii tu ni kutusumbua. You end up losing a very great opportunity, ambayo hata probably Mungu alikuwa anataka upate, because of what? because of betrayal. Another reason watu wana feelingi betrayed.
Yes.
Or another reason ambayo inafanya watu wanahaba betrayal, unforgiveness ndani ya roho chao. Ni pale kazini. Wakati, for example, you know me, this is what I do in my side hustle. Alafu hiyo siku ingine unapata mtu, for example.
Yeah, give me an example.
Let me give you an example. Mtu pale kwa kazi, ako kazini ya bosi yake na yuko na side hustle. So huyu mtu siku yenye hajamalisha assignment moja, ule mtu mwingine anaenda huko kwa boss kuchoma. This jamaa ana 12 hours kwa kazi, na kazi mnakuanga 8 hours.
Exactly.
12 hours anachapa nao side hustle. Ndio maana hajamalisha ile nini?
Ile kazi. And I've been telling you, I have warned you, I told you. Just hire another person or just increase my salary.
Yes, so
I'll be working double hard.
Hiyo sijui tunaitanga kudanganyililia.
It's more or less like betrayal.
Yes.
And betrayal, it's very wide.
Yes.
You yourself can betray yourself by lying to yourself.
Very true.
Because you're like, Nell, this is the right thing to do.
You're
still young.
Enda ujibambe huko.
When will you live like this again?
This is you only live once.
Hey, there is no line that has fallen youth
Kama
like that.
Moja.
Your low peace.
My friend,
there's nothing you can tell
your lie
me.
itakufanya betrayal kubwa. The truth is,
yes,
you live every day.
Every single day.
We only die once, but we live daily.
Daily. And you enjoy living by doing the right things.
Kabisa.
Such that when someone asks you, why are you angry? You can be able to explain. Some anger is because it's brought about by just very petty things. But because of certain experiences that had happened before, you carry it and you're like, this one has made me mad. So every single thing, it will just trigger you.
Una reflect.
It is like a switch. You're like, so it happened like this. So why am I not even afraid? And most of the time, it makes people think that they are hard cause, but it's more of anger or a coping mechanism for others not to hurt them.
Kabisa. Alafu sasa unapata huyo mtu anakuwa a very don't care.
Number one.
Yes. You can now, hata kama ni hapo kwa hiyo mambo ya relationship.
Yes.
You are a don't care, unasema si hata nikitafuta. So you end up with a person who is not your destiny, a part of your destiny. Sasa si hata wote si ni waongo, si nichukue tu yoyote.
Yes.
So ile time unadaka kudecide sasa this is the person. You end up with a person who is not connected to your destiny in any way.
And those are some of the effects of harboring anger, harboring a grudge, harboring unforgiveness within you.
Kabisa.
We can be talking to you right now and you're like, do you know what I went through? Do you know how hurt I was? Yes, you might be so much hurt. Yesu mwenyewe alifanyiwa nini na watu?
Jamaneni, wale marafiki chake wale walikuwa wanamwambia Hosana, Hosana, wakitoa leso zao wakitandika chini. Ndio wale walisema tunataka release the thief.
Yes.
Crucify this one.
The same people. And if Jesus decided, let me hold this grudge.
Yes.
What can they do?
Jamaneni.
I'm angry. I am the Son of God. And what is this happening? Ati you want to crucify me?
Akiwa tu pale kwa msalaba angesema rakadosheta.
Draw me down.
Kwanza anaitisia wale radi.
Naitisa
radi. Tandika wao. Sasa nisukise.
Yes.
You will save yourself.
Exactly.
Ungetua wapi savior?
Where? And it just started with things like that. We have very, very many examples of people in the Bible who went through a lot.
Na hatuwezi taja yote. Kwanza huyu jamaa anaitangwa Joseph. Joseph si walimchukua na mandugu zake. It went sharing the dream to the wrong people. Wakati alishare the dream with the wrong people, my friend, don't share your dream with the wrong people. Usishare that dream.
You will bring the anger into life.
Ni wewe umetuambia kuhusu mambo ya visa. Jamaneni, kama usiende kuambia marafiki zako unatafuta visa. Waambie wacha wakuone kwa Facebook ukipanda ndege.
Nowadays people do this. During that process you take as many photos as possible. When you have already landed,
the other side,
about 3 months to 4 months. And after you have prayed, you have fasted, so that it's not reversed.
Yes.
Because sometimes you can tell them, and they start telling you, we think your documents have some problems.
Yes.
We need to look at it again. Will you not be told that you are not
kidogo unaambiwa tunaona pale kwa system ya kwamba ini traffic you did a traffic offense. You cannot go to our country.
It's very hard. We really apologize. There's this lady who was telling me the friend went till Canada. The friend has reached Canada, very excited, until the parents had hosted a party for the lady. So the lady is very excited. The lady is saying, when I go there to Canada, I'll go and work very hard. I will ensure that my mother is proud of me.
Yes. Sitaangalia wa baba
how? I will just focus on my studies and even look for a job. Within 3 months, mom, I'll be sending you money. Airport she went.
Yes.
Airport, the airplane she entered, she has reached.
Amekaa chini.
Flying, taking photos and say, hey, see God.
Mtu kwanza.
Hashtag the work of God.
Sijui kama umeshawapanda hiyo Lufthansa. Unatakanga uonyeshe mpaka hiyo kiti imeandikwa Lufthansa.
And especially you look for the window seat so that people don't say,
hapo hiyo ni gari ya prestige.
But the revamped one.
So unatafuta mahali kuna ka window ka circle
and with the sky.
Na kiti lazima ionyeshe Lufthansa.
Lufthansa is which one?
Lufthansa, hujapanda Lufthansa? The Air France ni hizi kubwa.
So it's not called Lufthansa. I just know it's called Air France. I learn every day from you. So the lady is inside the plane, heading to where? Canada. Very excited. The mother has already bid the child goodbye. Airplane, all the way to Canada. On reaching, the lady who was in front of her was told, your papers has some issue. I think you can just go to the other end of immigration, then they'll be able to help you. So the lady akaanza kupata. You see, there's that gut feeling that tells you, I might be next. They might tell me that my papers has an issue. On reaching there, the gut feeling was very right. So they were like, so who sent you here? During that time, they're unpacking her bag. So they're looking. We've had stories that ladies from this country, they usually come with illegal things.
Miadarati.
That is how she was deported back. And they didn't find anything on her. Nothing, zero. She did what?
Hiyo si unaanza tu na bitterness kwanza na watu yote ya airport.
Properly. And on reaching the immigration center, they told her that the person who was processing her visa wasn't doing it rightly. It was a con man. So they waited for her to reach there to tell her.
Amekula mpaka hiyo ndio, that is the right thing ya hiyo sasa ndio the right statement. Huyo alikula mpaka fair.
Nice one.
Mimi sijui naweza lilia wapi jamani, but it is important by the way, because wacha nikwambie hizi mambo za kutukasirisha, they will always come.
It's always there.
Yes. So how do you deal with it? Mtu amesha kubetray, mtu amesha kuwa successful na mlikuwa level moja, mtu amepandishwa cheo na mlikuwa level moja. How do we deal with these things?
How do you overcome all this?
Yes.
It starts by just accepting it happened. You know, with every single thing, once you accept it, you accept that it happened.
Mimi bado
and I didn't have any hand in it.
Mimi bado niko kwa hii status. Na nia naendesha gari. Kubali hiyo. Mimi bado ninaishi, sitaki kusema mawanga.
Dumlala.
Wacha niseme mimi bado ninaishi kule kwetu Kisumu karate. Nel rafiki yangu yuko Canada.
Tumesoma na yeye same class.
Nilikuwa na msinda kwa
same exams.
Nilikuwa hata niko na connections kubwa kumliko.
Just see.
So start by accepting ya kwamba status quo has changed.
True.
Huyu yuko juu, wewe uko chini. Kuanzia pale ukisha accept, make things right with them. Probably there you are connecting.
That's true. Destiny connects us.
Yes.
And most of the time they say one person is holding your blessing.
Yes.
And that person could be never go to sleep when you're angry at someone. That's the worst thing you could ever do, because when you reach heaven, God will ask you, did you forgive them? And you're like, I only forgot. They usually say, I will forgive, but I will not forget. That's a very heavy statement that we mostly use with or without knowing. We just throw it aimlessly because you're like, see, now why should I forgive that person? They'll just, why shouldn't I forget? Because if I forget, the next time they'll come, they'll just do the same thing.
But so, you keep your forgive and forget.
Yes.
Mimi naonanga ikiwa ngumu kweli hata kwa because Nell, how can you forget? Niliona some clips imekuwa imetembea sana this
Which
week.
one?
Ile jamaa na bibi yake wamesimama kwa window wanakunywa sarubati. Juice.
Yes.
Then kukapita msichana mwingine pale chini mrembo. Hi. Na jamaa akajibu hello.
Neema itoshe, neema itoshe. You see,
kwanzia pale jamaa kinetewa chakula na bibi yake.
Hi.
30 years later, hello.
But you know,
yes,
that brings the point of trust.
If
you two people trust each other,
yes,
even if a lady walks in here, I shouldn't be in a position to say, so who's that?
Yes.
It shouldn't be like that.
Kabisa.
At most of the time, some of the relationship, you're bringing me back to relationship.
Which is the best topic we shall ever do.
Professor!
I am looking for a day we have an hapa katikati tuko na expert wa mambo ya relationship. Madam Gachoi popote pale ulipo.
This is you talking to her.
This is me addressing you.
Cordially inviting her.
But
it starts like that.
Now, that brings the next point.
Yes.
Ya kwamba pale kwa relationship, kwa family, wacha tuanze kufanya namna gani? Build trust.
Exactly. Trust pole pole.
Na trust kwanza ni wewe, you work on yourself.
That's true.
Ndio huyu mtu mwingine akufanya namna gani? Akutrust. Alafu na yeye akijiwork on them,
the other people around there will be helped.
Talking of help,
yes,
our spirits need help.
Very, very much. Every single time.
Kabisa.
Let's have the King's Parchment.
Our daily dose of spiritual and
And now abides these three: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. Welcome to another amazing episode of the King's Parchment. We are still looking at the man Daniel, and as I said last week, unless we are otherwise led by the Spirit of God. I began by saying that Daniel was a purposeful man, a prayerful man, and a prophetic man. But today I want us to look at Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. This amazing story that we are all familiar with. The story of these three young Hebrew boys getting thrown into the fire by the king Nebuchadnezzar. Now King Nebuchadnezzar raised up a golden image and said that anyone who will not worship that golden image will be thrown into the fire, the fiery furnace. These three boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, decided that they will not do that. These were the friends of Daniel, if you can remember. These are the friends that Daniel consulted in Daniel chapter 2, when the king, the same king, had said that he'll kill every prophet, wise man, soothsayer, the seers, because of a dream that he wanted interpreted. Now, these three Hebrew boys, because they were given into the kingdom of God, because they were sold out to God, decided that they will not worship this golden image. So the king Nebuchadnezzar called them to inquire if really they were sure about what they were about to do. And he asked them, indeed, when you hear the music, because he had said that he'll play some music and then everyone should bow down before this golden image. But the three decided they will not bow down. So the king Nebuchadnezzar summoned for them to be brought to him. And he asked them, when you hear the sound of the music, you will not bow down to this golden image. Chapter 3 of Daniel from verse 16 to 18 tells us, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said, King, we respect you, but let it be known to you, we are not careful to answer you about this matter. If you are really sure about that you'll throw us into the fire, if it be so, our God whom we serve will deliver us. That was faith. They went on to say, and he will deliver us. That was hope. But finally, they said, but if he doesn't deliver us, let it be known to you, O king, that we will not bow down to your graven image. That was love. Most of us operate from a standpoint of faith, which is very nice and awesome and amazing. But you should understand that the same Bible tells us that faith works by love. Others operate from a standpoint of hope. The same scripture tells us that hope deferred makes the heart sick. But when you are operating from a position of love, remember the word tells us that love is as strong as death. You are ready to face anything for the sake of Christ. So I'm here to encourage you today. Be sold out to God. Love him with the whole of your heart, the whole of your mind, the whole of your soul. And when operating from a standpoint of love, no one that ever loved God truly and fully ended up small, ended up wasted. Each one of them ended up as a great man or woman. So, my brother, my sister, be totally in love with God. You can get this and many more episodes of The King's Parchment on my YouTube channel, David King Ireri. Till we meet next week, grace and peace, grace and peace.
Welcome back to The Right Show.
Kabisa, hapa ndio we have the right content for you, the right audience.
Yes.
Na tunapenda sana kusikia jamaneni vile unasema.
Very true.
Kuna upande wa SMS 22545, upande wa mitandao.
MBCI TV Facebook page and also on our WhatsApp number 0721105105, and we'll be able to read your amazing feedback. And talking about feedback, we have Isaac Wabomba KE who is saying, awesome show. And Jerry Maggie is saying, watching, great topic. Thank you very much, Jerry Maggie. At the same time, we have Dennis Kimathi Musheru. He's saying, I refuse bitterness in my life. I choose to forgive.
Asante.
Forgiveness is very paramount.
Kabisa, by the way, hapo sasa ndio tumefika. Hapo sasa ndio tumeshafika.
Yes.
By the way, hapo ndio nilikuwa nakwambia kuna vitu ambazo we cannot, as long as tuko na mwili.
Flesh being it's there.
Hatutakosa kukasirishwa na watu. Because let me tell you.
Yes.
I have also betrayed somebody.
That's true. Also me. Oh. You are waiting for me to say that.
No, I thought I was the one doing the nini. Unajua kumwaga roho. Confession.
Upon the heart I listen.
Confessing is difficult.
It's very, very important.
Sasa, ikawa it was this friend of mine. Tulikuwa pale kwenye university. Na wakati sisi tulikuwa tukisoma, kulikuwa na kitu ilikuwa inaitwa Mwakenya. So, I hope my professor is not watching.
They are watching and they are listening to you.
Sasa, mimi, nimeambia ule jamaa, tunaandika Mwakenya ngapi? Mwakenya moja.
Yeah.
Kaa pale, nikae hapa, nitawekea wewe, nikimalisha, nitapatia wewe.
Yes.
Sasa mimi na Mwakenya yangu nimeandika. Nikasahau ilikuwa Mwakenya ya watu wawili. I pocketed. Nikakumbuka ikiwa imebaki 15 minutes. Jamani, that person I feel betrayed. Na hiyo mtihani by the way nilipata A. Wacha nisiseme uongo lakini yeye akapata D. It was painful.
But you see, the first thing you are engaging in the wrong thing.
It is true.
The wrong thing.
So nikamsaidia yeye kufanya makosa.
I thank God that you have done acceptance, which is did the person forgive you?
Sijui kama alinisamea, but hata sikumaliza
hiyo course. You never spoke.
Sikumaliza hiyo course. Wacha
But still you already did a mistake. Did you accept?
I did accept.
And did you apologize to him?
Apologize.
How did you apologize? Pole, si pole. Did you do that?
Pole.
How did you apologize?
Si pole. Si pole.
Once you add the C, that's it. You have broken everything. The next statements that follow is all but lies.
Si nimesema pole.
No. Why not just say, I'm very, very sorry?
And you see, I was smiling. Si nimesema pole.
The smiling does not change anything. Because to that person, you see, the person who has been angered, they're looking for a way to let it go. And if they see you're taking them jokingly, will they accept your sorry? No, they won't.
So, vile tunasema ni ya kwamba these things, they will come. Probably from you, probably from the other party. Tutakoseana heshima.
Yeah.
But how do we handle now hiyo kukoseana heshima?
First and foremost, Mikey, we've talked about acceptance. Accepting that it has happened and I just need to walk away from this and move on, and accepting that you yourself, you made a mistake and you're the one who is supposed to go and apologize to another person. That is how it begins.
Kapisa.
Another way, most of the time you'll find someone seated in a corner like this.
ameshika kichwa ni kama inataka
and sad. It needs help, a little bit of help.
Yes. Usiku ikienda kulala.
Yeah.
He's not sleeping like this. Pillow iko hapa. Absorbent. Pillow is now an absorbent.
Yeah.
Ukiona pillow imechorwa maps na machozi.
And it's just that's by that. So it is very, very important. If you know you've been angered by someone, or you have some bitterness with someone, or you have some grudge with someone, kindly look for someone to talk to. Even if it isn't that person. Just look for another person.
Mwenye amekukosea. Kama bado hauna roho ya ku-approach huyo mwenye amekukosea.
Yes.
Enda kwa mtu mwingine.
That's very true.
Enda mbaya, Aki, this happened between me and so and so. And this is, wakati unaongea, those things is coming out of you. And your heart is feeling peace.
It stops being this heavy. And also at the same time, while talking, nowadays we have counselors, we have people who are mediators.
Yes.
A lot of people have come in hand to deal with this, with the anger, bitterness, and grudge.
Yes.
Among people in a family, among friends, even in institutions.
Yes.
The HR, you can be talking to them and they are like, you know, in a day, I have to ensure that I solve problems. So it's very, very important. When there is a grudge, kindly look for someone to talk to, please. As much as you can.
Hata kama sio huyo mwenye amekukosea. But if you can find time and talk to that person.
Not even find time. Be the elder person.
Yes.
The mature person.
Ndio nakwambianga, you are the elder person here.
Thank you. Not in age-wise, but in thinking.
So unatafuta huyo mtu, hata kama ni yeye alikukosea, mwambie by the way, we need to talk this out. Ukiona hata sema pole, wewe mwambie pole, because the truth is, ndio hiyo betrayal ulifanyike, there is something lazima ukwe ulimfanyia.
There is something.
So wewe mwambie pole kwa sababu ya ile ulifanya, hiyo ingine wacha yeye adili na nani? With God himself.
Polo.
Nowadays you are ripened. Kwa hizi malugha.
Let me tell you. There is a day something was happening in the house. And my mom was like, Polo bor. Polo bor. Heaven is far. So you better learn to deal with the people inside here in this world.
Very true.
Other than keeping grudges.
Very
and
true.
Feeling, I'm so superior. Why should I come and say sorry?
Kabisa.
Never ever.
Kabisa. Another way, by the way, ambayo you can deal with those things ambazo ziko pale ndani, unaweza work on yourself.
Work on yourself.
Inaitwa capacity building. Kama ule Nell alipromotiwa kwa sababu iko na papers.
Yes.
Tafuta papers.
And not in revenge style. You see some people go to study, you're doing
with
something.
the wrong motive.
Yes, because of the wrong motive.
Hata mimi nitapata hiyo first class.
Hiyo buku naenda kuichapa vizuri.
Build capacity on yourself. When you build capacity on yourself, hata wewe promotion, itakuja pale.
Immediately pop up until you'll be like, what have I been waiting for? And you know, Professor, most of the time, the company we keep, it brings out either the negative side of us or the positive side of us.
And the company that we keep.
Yes.
How do the real people, ambao ukitaka kujua Nell ni nani? Wajua Nell akiwa around, ataficha hiyo. Lakini ukitaka kujua Nell ni nani?
Enda kwa hiyo company.
Saa zile ya yuko, ona vile wana behave. That is her.
That is her, the true self, the true Nell.
That is professor. Professor anatembea na kina nani? Huyo ndio sasa professor.
Those are the ones.
Kabisa.
And it starts like that. The company you keep. If you keep a very negative company, then it means your anger, you won't be able to deal with the anger issues. You won't deal with the grudges. You won't deal with the unforgiveness. Because kila time watakuwa nakwambia, wewe ndio kila wakati unasameanga. Continue being a softie. It's not being a softie.
Kabisa.
It's about building yourself and your destiny.
It's about knowing what you want.
What you want.
What you deserve.
Yes.
Na hiyo point, iko na points ngapi? Hapo kwa stay positive.
Yes.
On whatever case, Mungu ndiye anajua why it happened. That is the truth. Leave it to God na useme, all things for good, all things happen for the good of them that love
the Lord.
Kabisa. Now, when you have that mindset ya kwamba everything that happens, hata kama saizi nina feel negative, pale mwisho itakuja kuleta positivity.
Something good will come out.
Kabisa.
Yes.
And things happen by faith.
True.
So when you have that faith ya kwamba hata kitu mbaya ikifanyika saizi, pale mwisho itakuwa mzuri.
Something good will come out and you'll be like, I wish I waited.
Kabisa.
Ama, once you reach heaven is when God tells you, if you'd have waited or if you'd have apologized, see what was awaiting you.
Anakwambia, unaona ule jamaa, ule iko na kitambi pale.
That
was you, but you never forgave at this point.
Yes.
So that is why umefika hapo mahali umefika. Simnikubalie nirudi tuje. Ukishafika huko,
it can't happen. It can't happen.
Kabisa.
So it starts by small things like that. And we should learn that every single time you have a grudge or you're angry at someone or you feel very unforgiving.
Yes.
Just go to your knees. Pray.
Baba yako.
Pray as much as you can.
Yes.
Talk to God because He's the author and finisher of our faith.
Kabisa.
So every single time we go to Him, you will never lack solutions. It's like every single time I have a problem, I'll run to my mother or my father. So the Most High, if I run to Him, will I be forsaken?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Now, on that note, trends ziko.
Hey, the right trends.
The right
most
trends.
Definitely. Yes.
Tafadhali zikuje ndio tuweze kufanya namna gani?
To wrap up.
Kabisa. The right trends.
Ile huwa inasimamia nini pale kwenye email?
Email. Hiyo establish.
Allah. 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 Inasimamia
envelope.
Hey, I'm going to beat out the demon inside him. Hauna email?
Niko na email inakuja ikiwa yote. Sasa unatoa neno moja. Mimi sijasoma sana, usiniulize mambo ya Kisungu.
Way to go. Congratulations on messing this up for me.
Email, lile neno email imeanza na herufi ya E. Ile E pale kwenye neno email inamaanisha nini ile?
Sasa hiyo sijui. Koja kwanza niko pale. Sasa hiyo sijui.
Hayo ni kari bro.
Hili neno email, ile E kwenye neno email inasimamia neno gani?
Sina uhakika.
Ila
najua ni email tu hivyo.
Sasa ile E pale
kidogo inanichanganya.
Your life. Lile neno email, ile E inasimamia nini pale kwenye neno email?
Email. Sini international email.
What?
International email.
Ile E pale kwenye neno email inamaanisha nini?
Electricity email.
Echo. Repeat it.
Electricity email.
Sema tongue twister.
Tongue twister.
Tongue twister.
Tongue twister.
Tongue twister ya kwanza. The hunting hunter has hunted herself.
It's about to go down.
The hunting hunter sasa. The
hunting hunter hasn't herself. The hunting hunter hasn't herself.
The hunter? The hunter hunters. The hunter hunters.
What?
The hunter hunters.
The hunting hunters themselves, the hunters hunting themselves. Hiyo imenipiga chenga bro.
The hunting hunters are safe. The hunting hunters are safe.
The one that has finished me. Email. International mail. I think because most of the time people are used to when you receive an email.
Yes, it is hiyo ni ya maju.
It's not for people loko.
Sasa mimi yangu ilikuwa the handers. The handers. The handers handies.
The one for the hand. Oh.
That is awesome, by the way. You can catch up with the
presenter Kai mwenyewe.
On Saturday, every saa 7 ndani ya Embassy ITV. The show is always noir.
Kicheko dawa. He says that laughter is the best medicine.
Is the best medicine. Now, as we wrap up, by the way,
yes,
this month, it is the international month for suicide prevention.
Yes.
Na do you know ya kwamba kwa ile case hizi zote ambazo wamesema ni ya kwamba ina culminate to suicide if you don't forgive yourself.
That's very
if you
true.
don't forgive others.
Yes.
Tufunge kipindi.
But before we close this show, I have this amazing lady who is called Luisa Sunel. And today she celebrates her birthday. And if I don't do this,
yes,
I might not sleep.
Unaweza nyongwa.
So Luisa, I really love you so much, and I pray that with this new year, may the Lord keep you, may the Lord help you to see your dreams, and may you be nothing but the best. And we love you so much.
Happy
Mom,
birthday.
Dad, Louis, Luisa, we love you.
Happy birthday, Luisa.
No, not Luisa. Louis is the boy.
Oh, Luisa.
Luisa is the lady.
Oh, happy birthday, Luisa.
I told
Wewe
you
ni
to
wanguvu sana. Sambamba, hii kipindi haingefanyika bila usaidizi wa watu kadha wa kadha. The director.
Yes.
Kuna pale kabisa kwenye kamera, kwenye graphics, kwenye programming tuko na Tasha. Kahugu.
Facebook tumekuwa na Mike Mushodhi who is also here.
Niko hapa ndani.
We thank the Lord.
Head of TV, head of radio, our director, asanteni sana.
And our very, very ultimate audience. Next week, tuko na Mr. T. Don't miss up. And the Lord has been faithful. And we thank God for this opportunity. Till next week, bye-bye.
Adios.
Grace and peace. Grace and
love.
Peace. Ati love.
Hey.
It's peace.
Siwache niambie watu. Tukutane by the way Monday to Friday 3 mpaka saa 1.
Madam Director.
Ndani ya MBC Radio. Tuko na one lady by the name of Mwema Faith.